Black Power is the Truth Hour with General Sarah Seti. Kick back, get your mind ready for some information that's guaranteed to be heavy. I'm excited and delighted to be accepting members to the Sarah Seti YouTube page, a dynamic page. Y'all know what it is. Black Power, Black Frequency. If you're feeling that frequency and energy, you should most definitely join. Link right down in the video description. Click that link. You'll get a video introduction, rundown on the memberships, what they entail. You see one you like, you should most definitely join. Even if you don't, I appreciate your presence here at the Sarah Seti YouTube page. Continue to engage, continue to advance. That's right, family. Ring the alarm. KingSeti.com, online marketplace, official General Sarah Seti DVD lectures, t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, African and Kemetic jewelry, holistic tonics and remedies, home decor, accessories for every room in the house. We got you, family. 25% off selected items at this time. Save and shop. Shop and save, family. Pull the fire alarm. GeneralSeti.com. Seti University. Over 1,500 videos of pure heat, fire, presented by General Seti himself. All the subjects that you know and love from the General. I got some new ones also. And we got the supplemental, also monumental and instrumental research material from the Grandmaster teachers. We got lectures, we got documentaries. I give you an overview on that material, giving you 360 degrees of supreme African academic knowledge and wisdom that cannot be surpassed by any other website on the planet. Check it out, family. Go to work and get that wisdom. That's right. And everybody knows Seti popping on Patreon, dropping nuclear bombs on Patreon, exclusive live streams. You already know. Yes, you get an opportunity to see the General live. All these live streams are exclusive to Patreon, have never been seen on any other platform. Who don't want that work? You want that work because they exclusive and they exquisite topics that I don't deal with. You understand, on YouTube, because it's too raw for YouTube. So get on Patreon, become a patron. I got something for you tomorrow. We already got 400 exclusive live streams already on the platform. I know you want access. Become a patron today. All the family out there that support the General, donate to the General. I thank you. I appreciate you. The fact that you appreciate me. Any of the family out there want to donate to the General, appreciate the work I'm putting in, click that link in the video description in the chat. Donate today. I thank you ahead of time. Make sure you subscribe to all my YouTube channels: King Seti, General Seti, Sarah Seti. Rock that notification bell. Get a video a thumbs up. Like it because you love it. Share with your family and friends, and comment, comment, comment. Just don't say nothing stupid, because I will ban your ass. Now, we talking about the rapper YNW Melly. You see lyrics. He just was had a mistrial. He just had a mistrial. I'm not as familiar with the brother. I didn't heard a couple of his songs out, and being that he's a younger rapper, I'm more in tune to the old school. You know how I do. I listen to the young slap now. Don't get me wrong. And so I was listening to his case, and he's been accused of murdering. Supposedly, I mean, from my understanding, they was two of some of his own homies, if I'm not mistaken. They was rappers too, and I don't know if he, what they're trying to say about the situation. Did he see him as competition? I don't know what they're trying to say, but he has been accused of, and from my understanding, he tried to say that it was a drive-by shooting, but prosecution is trying to say that that was a setup and that he is the one that actually killed the two guys. You see, and so he was just it was a mistrial. I don't know, it was a few days back. And so I guess he's having another trial, and they're trying to bring up the fact, that they trying to use lyrics against the rappers. You see, they're trying to use Yeah, he murdered his friends. So they were his friends, huh? Okay, well, so that's my take on it. I say, yeah, because they was riding with him. So I would figure they had to at least be cool. You know what I'm saying? And so now they're trying to so he actually, well, I got to listen to the song. I have to listen to the song, and if I don't know what could cause, now, like I said, I have never did no shit like that. I know, murder is, I didn't had family that been murdered, you know, and I know what it feels like. You see what I'm saying? I know trauma. That's trauma like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy, heavy trauma. And so I don't know, what if a motherfucker got ghosts, you know what I'm saying, that's talking to him, and a motherfucker feel the need to free his spirit and shit and say, what happened. But that's a motherfucker, man, to to tell on yourself. And now I don't advise no motherfucker to be out here treacherous, doing nothing like that of that nature, first and foremost. You understand what I'm saying? But if you out here taking people's life, you know what I'm saying? I know the type of trauma is probably, on a motherfucker, spirit and his mind, it's probably eating his ass a lot if that's what they done. Now, it's probably some motherfuckers out here that ain't got no soul. They ass is empty and they probably don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? They just continue. I don't know. I can't say. What would make a man murder some brothers and shit and then put the shit on the song. But what they're saying is that lyrics could be used against the, YNW Melly. Okay? They could be used against him. And so this goes back to what we've been talking about. You know what? I don't know the brother. I just, recently saw the court case. I've been hearing about it, in the back of my, as you go through the internet, I've been hearing about it, and I just haven't tapped in. But when I seen the lyrics, and I've been hearing that lyrics are being, I think they using it on Young Thug. You understand what I'm saying? I think they trying to use lyrics, and so and I believe a lot of these niggas out here, we try to think and that some of this is entertainment. Well, that's what I thought. I thought the song was made years ago. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I didn't match it up, but I heard somebody say that the song is older than the murder. I don't know. You know, I didn't piece it together like that, but it's gonna cause me to go a little deeper after the fact. Today, yeah. So when did he make the song? In 2015? But when was the murder? Yeah. When was the murder? Well, you know what? It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy the shit about a year ago. But they saying the song was made in 2015. If that's so, then I mean, I'm trying to figure that one out though. Yeah, I'm trying to figure that one out. That if the song was made in 2015 and the murder was just last year, then that don't match up. Yeah, it don't match up. But that don't mean shit because I know, niggas is, putting their life in it's not all fantasy. You see, it's not all fantasy. I don't believe that neither. I'm not that naive, but at the same time, a lot of it is. You see what I'm saying? I mean, a lot of it is and shit. I didn't wrote some lyrics. I didn't wrote some lyrics before, and we talk about, touching, what we'll do and shit and this, that, and the third. I ain't necessarily talking about nigga, coming through on the, but it's more in, in a lyrical way, where you say something that where it might allude that nigga you will do something, but you ain't bust a grape. You know what I'm saying? You ain't bust a grape, and so you can't say that everything that, but at the same time, I do believe that it's causing our community to account. You see what I'm saying? I do believe that it's causing our community to account for the shit that they say out of their mouth. I do believe that. You know what I'm saying? Too many times we have to understand one thing, that regardless to whether these rappers feel that they're role models and shit like that, sometimes it's not always up to you to decide whether you're a role model or not. When you are foisted onto the world, and you got millions of motherfuckers that not only watching you, you understand what I'm saying? They're attracted to your message, they're attracted to your word, they're attracted to your music. No matter what it is, you could be, if they're, and they follow you and they become, and I don't want they fill in your frequency, whether you're a rapper, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a teacher, whatever the fuck you is. And so at that point in time, you are responsible for what you put out there. That's true. No matter what, just because you feel, as an adult, you're responsible, to be able to lead the children in the right direction, if nothing else. Saying that I'm not, I'm not a role model. If a young man is in need of guidance and you right there on the spot and you see a situation unfolding, it's your responsibility as a man, as an adult, to step in and bring guidance to a situation if you the elder on the scene. That's so regardless to whether you feel is it might not be your lifelong calling, but it is a part of the job. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the, what as far as being an adult in society and shit, you got to have your word, your mind together to be able to teach, at least those up under you the right way to go and the right things to do. You should be able to do that. And good and goddamn well when you're not doing that. Good and goddamn well when you're not doing that. When you getting up there and you talking about killing fire, that's all they talk about in every goddamn song. And in a society like the Black community, where we have large, murder rates and shit, and murder rates and all type of crime rates, and we have to understand that this is the soundtrack for whatever's going wrong in the Black community, whatever's coming on that radio, whatever's coming on these videos and shit. And I looked at some of and all I seen, these motherfuckers had all type of choppers and this, that, and the third, and which been going on for a long time now. It ain't just, I'm not just getting on the youth, because that shit been going on for a long time. It's been about, damn near, at least, 2 generations of niggas that been on these videos. This is like the, and I'm, when you look at, you talking about the generation, you talking about especially when the gangster rap shit came in. But nevertheless, it was a period even in that where you had niggas that was at least trying to put a message in the shit. You see what I'm saying? They was gangster rap shit, but it was still some morality. They was talking about the killing, but at the end of the day, they was trying to, teach a lesson at the end of the song and say, yeah, nigga, get your ass up out of this shit, find another way, do something different. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, but now it's just pure glorification. Yeah, pure glorification of straight killing and shit and this, that, and the third. And like I said, this is, and we don't want to be at war with our babies. That's really what it boiled. And so, we really have to find a way to deal with this situation. You know what I'm saying? We really do. We have to find a way to deal with this situation. And it's causing us to really be at total odds with media, with motherfucking radio and all of that shit, because I believe, and I'm just gonna say this, and I'm saying it on the strength of the predicament our community. I don't give a fuck about nobody else, but our community. When you have the type of dilemmas that our community is in, and that we need to rise above, just like we got a soundtrack today for self-destruction, we need a soundtrack of uplifting music. I know, and I'm not talking about but we should, the majority of the music on that we hear every day should be uplifting. I do believe that. And when I say uplifting, that don't mean it ain't fresh, because I don't want to hear no bullshit ass rap. I want to hear lyrics. I want to hear phenomenal shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to hear harmony. I want to hear lyrics. I want to hear the hardest motherfucking beats. You see what I'm saying? That's what I want to hear. I want to hear classic motherfucking music. But we can have that without having killing. And see, and all that firearms and shit and all that shit. You understand what I'm saying? And when we was talking about that shit, and we was talking about going, and moving on the oppressor with that shit, then they changed the music. But long as you rapping about using that shit on your people, it's all right. They'll put that shit on the radio every motherfucking day, and they'll bump that shit all day, and they'll fuck the minds of the youth. I think it should be illegal. If it's a crime to kill, if it's a crime to to violate, our women and shit and all this, it should be against the fucking law to even put that shit on the song. I don't believe in that bullshit. I don't believe, in with freedom of speech. What? To talk the degenerate, destructive shit. You understand what I'm saying? And motherfucker can just say, no, I don't believe motherfuckers. We talk about freedom of speech. You understand what I'm saying? And I do believe motherfuckers should have the right to say, whatever they want, unless it's it's obviously destructive shit. You understand what I'm saying? I don't even, I'm not even talking about revolt under a righteous cause. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that. But when you just talking about shooting people for no motherfucking reason and disrespecting our women, disrespecting the children, disrespecting the motherfucker, that's against the motherfucking law, nigga. As far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be able to motherfucking put no shit like that on no radio, on no public motherfucking radio where people riding up and down the street and they got to listen to that bullshit. You see what I'm saying? They say, it's a con game. You understand what I'm saying? It's a con game. It ain't even about freedom. It's not even about it. I don't even think the argument is about freedom of speech. It's the manipulation of speech is what it is. It's the manipulation of speech. You see what I'm saying? That using I have freedom of speech, you understand what I'm saying? To purposely destroy communities and peoples and certain sectors of society. You see what I'm saying? It's manipulation of speech. It ain't about no freedom of speech. You see what I'm saying? Because if you can't say what I tell you what. You get your ass up here and you say something about, when it was about COVID, they shut that shit down. When that shit, that goddamn virus was on, and you got your bitch ass up here, yeah, yeah, you got your bitch ass up here, and that's right. We in that frequency. When when it came to that COVID, if it ain't on their agenda, they shut that shit down. So if it came, and you talking about shooting and killing and violating and all this disrespect, yeah, shut that shit down just like they shut that guy anything they want about COVID. And that's something different because people got the right to speak on things. That's a political social issue that people gonna weigh in because you saying that you want to force me to take some shit and you don't want me to have a say about it. It's like you motherfucking chaining me to the chair and you just gonna come over and stick me with the needle and I can't say nothing about it. That's something totally different. You see, that's a political social issue. You stepping over the bounds of individuals to even have a say in what go in their own body and shit. You know what I'm saying? Come to a form to bring this shit to the public in a public forum where it's spoken to the people and all issues is put on the table and spoken out loud so we could get to the bottom of what this shit is and so that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? That's for a righteous cause. But all of this shit where you got the right to talk about disrespecting women and killing people that ain't did shit, you just killing and they play this shit on the radio every motherfucking day. And you mean to tell me y'all ain't got no power to shut this shit down? You ain't got, and they need to shut it down. I believe so. They need, and it's gonna cause these brothers and sisters that in this rap game, in this music game, to really go down and deep and find the true art form that they possess, because they are gifted in many, many ways. But it's time for them to go down there and find that true art form that they could manifest to their family and to their community that could be uplifted. Cut that dumb shit out. You see, but they doing that, they add that element because number one, they don't want our people to rise. Number two, they want to, like I say, when you got a product and you need an audience. You see, your product is prison systems, your product is jail, and filling jail cells, filling prison systems. You know what I'm saying? You got a quota on how many of our people you want to send to the cemetery, and so you got a product, and you need an audience. You need an audience that you selling this prison system to the people. You selling these jail cells to the people. You selling these graves and shit to the people. And so you need an audience, and that music is what is your advertisement to fill them prisons and shit and fill them jail cells and fill them cemeteries. That's your advertisement. You see, that's what they advertise, and that's their product. And we have to understand that. And so when we talk about, shit, what we have to change, throw that, we got the power. You know what I'm saying? To, fuck that radio. You understand what I'm saying? Shit, you know what I'm saying? I play what the fuck I want to play. I don't even listen to the radio. I'm just going to be real with y'all. Can call me old school and shit, this, that, and the third. I listen to classic shit. I even like some young, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nigga. I like beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I love the beats that's coming out today. You understand what I'm saying? And I even listen to, I listen to some warrior shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me twisted. You understand? When I'm working out and shit, I don't want to hear no motherfucker. I want to hear some, I want to hear some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna make me pick up, 100 extra pounds and shit. I don't want to hear no weak shit. So yeah, in that, but that ain't something I'm gonna ride up and down the street with and shit, this, that, and the third and shit. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm still not gonna listen to no too crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind listening to some, some rowdy shit, if I'm working out and doing some shit, you know what I'm saying, on that nature, on that level. You see what I'm saying? But I just, yeah, instrumentals, I bang the instrumentals. Yes, I do. I download instrumentals and shit like that and leave that fake ass rap shit that these niggas put on it. I leave that shit behind. You see what I'm saying? And so I think, yeah, and it's causing motherfuckers to, think twice about what the fuck they saying on these raps. I think that, yeah, I think that is it's causing them to elevate and evolve. You see what I'm saying? Causing them to iceware, Vizzo. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. ODB. I was just listening to ODB today. I was just listening to ODB today. Straight up. I was listening to that Brooklyn Zoo shit. You see what I'm saying? I was listening to that Brooklyn Zoo shit today. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, now ODB can say some crazy shit too now. Yeah, he ODB can say some crazy shit too now. Don't get me wrong. I can't play all this shit. You know what I'm saying? ODB, I fucks with ODB. You know what I'm saying? That's the God. You know what I'm saying? But ODB ass can say some crazy shit too. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, this one right here, I'm gonna have to skip. I'm gonna have to skip this one and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, where was you, nigga? What frame of mind was you in, nigga? Because ODB is one crazy nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see him as the type of nigga that's gonna be out here doing all type of murderous shit. He ain't that type of. You're right. He's crazy in his own goddamn way, but he still will say some crazy ass shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my nigga. RIP ODB. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, it comes down. Yeah, all that, man. Talib, I fucks with Talib. Yes, I do. I fucks with him. I like his music. You know what I'm saying? Conscious. I like that. Got lyrics. Got them lyrics. I like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's causing us to be responsible for the shit that come up out of our mouth. And it's far long, to cut all that murder, kill, all that whole bitch shit and all that saying, that shit is over with. That shit been over with. Nigga, we got to rise above that shit. You understand? All that shit. You trapping in goddamn what's that? Titty bar shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all the rap then turned into. You understand? Ain't no consciousness, ain't nothing, ain't no upliftment. But that was a plan that way. You see, it didn't start that way. It was planned that way. You see, and we didn't we didn't get a grip on the control of that music and shit. We got to have control of our music, and we don't know how crucial music is to Black people. You see, music, that drum, and I always taught y'all about that. That drum is the elixir to the African soul. That drum, I don't give a fuck what song, that drum is the elixir to the African soul. You see what I'm saying? And whoever control that drum, man, is like a high priest over the spirits of African people. You see, and because that drum, and they know that, mastering that drum, mastering them frequencies, on that drum. You see what I'm saying? You talk about chakras and shit and all of that, where it's all kind of chakras all throughout the soul of African people. And that drum the frequencies on that drum can unlock a whole lot of portals in your soul. And whatever information is coming through them portals, when that drum unlock them, that's what's being programmed down into your soul. And so you got to understand, it's deeper than just music. It's deeper than just music. You understand what I'm saying? This is, if we say alchemy, we talking about musical alchemy. And you understand what I'm saying? And it's a combination of music and spirit. You understand? Drums and spirit. You know what I'm saying? Where you can create and you could destroy with that drum. And not the drum is what opens the door. It's the key. But what comes through that door? You understand? The words, the spells that go along with that drum could be destructive, but at the same time, it can be uplifting. And so we got to have a soundtrack to our rise as a people. We got to have a soundtrack. When you see our upliftment as a people, it's almost like you got to see it in your mind like a movie. And every movie, you see and you can see your people, finally, obtaining the pinnacle of life. And you in that movie, you got to have a soundtrack. In that movie, you got to have a soundtrack, family. And we have to start to create that soundtrack. If the music that we hear every day was uplifting and speaking to all the things that we need to be a better people, man, listen here. I believe that the music is almost damn near, it's a chunk. It's a nice percentage. I ain't gonna say what percentage it is, but I believe that it's damn near 35 to 40% of changing this. If you hear it, because I know when we was listening to the rap and it was talking about, man, I seen the golden age of hip hop. Man, you had old heads, you had young heads, you had wearing African medallions, wearing the Malcolm X. I mean, it was a movement. It wasn't just, music. It had taken over every faction of our society at that time. It was the dominant frame of reference for a minute. It even went into the movies. It went into not only hip hop, it went into R&B. You see, even the R&B artists was wearing the medallions. They was wearing, the African print, even though they had the little fly, they still had, African print and shit and this, that, and the third. And they, and so that show you right there. And they, and they knew that they had to change that. You understand what I'm saying? The movies was saying something. The music was saying something. We was making fashion statements. People wasn't scared to put on African gear. They wasn't, they were, and they were wearing Africa. You see what I'm saying? I never seen that. I mean, people that, even the elders that wasn't even on Africa, they was even moved by it. They was even moved by it. They got on the damn bandwagon. Shit, my mama and them started listening, and daddy would start listening to Public Enemy. I say, nigga, what you in here listening? This nigga got Public Enemy. And I say, God damn, nigga, you listening to Public Enemy? I say, yeah, fight the power. You got to fight the power that be. Fight the power. Yeah. Y'all know, if you missed that, you missed that. That's almost like missing, some of the best shit that, that's almost like missing Barry Sanders and shit. Seeing Barry Sanders run the ball, or you know what I'm saying? Or you the type of motherfucker that, you miss one of them greats and shit. You miss when, a prime athlete was in their prime, one of them great ones and shit, and you missed it. It ain't like seeing that shit in replay. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, they missed that shit. That shit was back when it was a beautiful time. And it can come again if we change the frequency. We got to change the frequency though. We got to change the frequency by any means necessary. We could do it, family. And I'm gonna be putting some information out there. I'm gonna continue to try to wake the people up. You know what I'm saying? We touching some peoples, we getting into some heads. You see what I'm saying? The general still can reach down into the youth. That I still got the ear of the youth still. Yeah. Yeah. Still got the ear, yeah. Say you 29, I miss Pup. Yeah, the Public Enemy was one of the cold. Yeah. It takes a nation of millions and fear of a black planet. You see what I'm saying? I got so much trouble on my mind, refuse to lose. Nigga, that was like one of the coldest intros. Brothers gonna work it out. Nigga, that was like one of the coldest intros that ever been spoken on a rap, nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Brothers gonna work it out. You got to get that shit, man. Check me out on KingSeti.com. I'm putting a lot of that on King Seti YouTube. Get over there and subscribe to that, because I'm putting a lot of that music up over there on there for all the family that just want to touch down and go back and build, and you want to come to it. I got the elders. I got a lot of documentaries. I got music. You can come on and build on King Seti YouTube. Go over there and check it out, family. I'll be right back. This is General Sarasun Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Support the general. Click some of them links. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked. Oh, you said you seen that paid in full? Yeah, I started with that. I got some more shit I'm gonna put on there. Yeah, I got some more. Just stay with me, family. Arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black power.